Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood coach, Dr. Wu. What does freedom look like for you? It's July 4th, 2021. Well, for me, freedom, I like to break it down to the 5 areas of our lives. So number 1, freedom in relationships. It's when I'm aware of my boundaries, where I start and other people begin, where I actually know myself and I accept myself and love myself first, and then I get to know other people and then also accept them and also love them. So that is to be fully known and fully loved, to be loved and accepted. That's freedom for me in relationships. Number 2, how about the career? I don't know. There's been a bunch of times in my job where I just feel like, wow, I've hit the sweet spot. You're just in the flow, right? And you just feel like the pleasure. You just know that Creator God is just so pleased with what you're doing because you're literally doing what you were created to do and what you've been prepared to do through all the difficulties in life and the good things in life that have actually prepared you to do what you are doing. Your talents, your gifts and your treasures. So that one is, I like to call that impactfully fulfilled. That's that feeling. When you hit that sweet spot, when I see the transformation in a client that I'm coaching, or I see this, light bulb go on and healing when I'm treating a patient, medically, right? So that's what I call freedom in your career. The third one is, let's see, money. So money is really the ability to make choices. It gives you that freedom to make choices. Because then I can choose to be a master maker. I can be an aligned investor. I can be a pleasurable and fun saver. And I can be a hilarious giver. That's what the scripture says. He wants us to be hilariously generous. And that when we do that, that's when I feel super abundant. So that to me is freedom in the finances. Number 4, our health. To me, freedom in our health is when I am tuned in to my own mind, body, and spirit, and its innate wisdom to actually heal and grow and evolve and become fully integrated and whole again. After we have, all suffered the wounds of life and the crises and the difficulties, the losses and the traumas of life. So to me, that is when you are fully aligned. That's number 4. That's what I call freedom in health, mind, body, and spirit, And the last one is faith. So faith is just believing and hoping and being assured of what you cannot see with your senses. It gives us more than we can imagine or even possibly believe. Wow, that's pretty cool. So that one is freedom in the spiritual realm or in your faith. I feel like that is, when I have that kind of freedom, I feel like vibrant and alive and intimate connection with that which is greater. And I feel so like destined, like I am walking in my destiny, like destined to be. Pastor Joseph Prince has an amazing book, Destined to Reign, Destined, right? Kind of walking in our destiny. So that's how I describe freedom in the areas of my life. So how does freedom feel like or look like to you? And this is kind of interesting. I'm going to be vulnerable and truthful. I was, doing this preparation for the Forward to Freedom, group coaching, all these downloads, right? And good sharing, valuable sharing and teaching. And then all of a sudden, July 4th, I was actually grieving through the traumas, the emotional traumas that I sustained with Desert Storm because of complicated grief, because my father had just died a few weeks before me being deployed to the war. And I was like, oh my goodness, like where are all these tears come from? My eyes are still sore. I cannot believe it. I guess maybe it was the first time in 30 years that I really, really like wept and cried, you know, and shook, you know, snotty snot, you know, and tears. Just for having to go to war and a very not a good time in my life. I don't know. There was healing. It was healing. And I was just really praying for healing, wholeness, you know, for it to be redeemed that time, to be restored and rewritten. And just whatever was lost or destroyed or wounded, that it be totally restored in the great physician's name. So that was my wish and my prayer for myself. I'm walking in it. I'm going to walk in it. I am walking in it now. I choose to walk in that. So yeah, so just sharing. That's what I've been doing today, July 4th, 2021. Man, you don't plan these things, right? But it just happens. So what does freedom look like for you? And freedom does cost. It does cost. And freedom does take work. But it's always good to do it together. Because the human habitat is in community. So when we walk together, we can actually walk together to freedom in a much easier and gentler and maybe less painful right, journey. So love for you to join us. Contact me, right? And direct message me, CoachDrWu. Having an amazing, blessed freedom, independence, choice. Happy birthday, America. And it was my honor to be part of the forces that fought for freedom for the little country of Kuwait. So, back in 1990 and 1991. Be blessed. See, I'm still teary. Be blessed. You are blessed and you are free. Whom the sun sets free is free indeed. And I am free. We are free.